There lives in Tibet a nation of oppressed people, in the process of being destroyed, secretly and silently, over the past 45 years. It is a faraway and mysterious country, inaccessible for a long time and often forbidden. It is an immense plateau at an altitude of 4,000 meters, surrounded by deserts and the highest mountains in the world. Among the first images of Tibet were these, filmed in 1938 by a scientific mission undertaken by Germany's Third Reich. The Schaffer mission was made up of meticulous and determined scientists. To understand what they were seeing, everything had to be measured. Everything. The images reveal the innocent and easygoing happiness of an isolated society, poor, dynamic, and violence-free. The religion was Buddhism, and the people lived in a feudal structure, ruled by monks and several lords. The holy city, Lhasa, is in the center of Tibet, along the River of Happiness, along with the Patala Palace. Welcome to all strangers. Several days after his arrival, Schaffer filmed the New Year's celebrations. The oracle was carried by the monks, all in a trance. The oracle was consulted for the new year. The ceremony attracted thousands of pilgrims from all over Tibet, and from China, Mongolia, Nepal, and India. The images would have viewers believe that nothing had changed since the time of Genghis Khan, neither the gold and ceremonial costumes, nor the quiet pride of the lords. It could have been Genghis Khan's court. The country was ruled at that point by a regent. The 13th Dalai Lama had been dead 5 years after 50 years of rule. At the top of a feudal hierarchy, he held total power. He was always the reincarnation of the previous Dalai Lama. When he died, in turn he would be reincarnated in a young boy, whom the monks would seek out from village to village, and would recognize by secret signs. In 1940, an Englishman filmed in color the arrival of the royal court, and the royal golden chair in which the 14th Dalai Lama was carried. He had been discovered by the monks 3 years earlier among the children of a poor farmer's family. This was his first time in the Lhasa Palace. It was the first visit by a foreign dignitary, Sir Basil Gould, the ambassador of Great Britain. Barely visible in the shadows, surrounded by advisors, was the 14th Dalai Lama, a 5-year-old child. Could he imagine what the future would bring? With the ambassador and the court came the official presents. A pedal car for his brother. There was all the gold and the colors of the attire of the aristocrats and Lady Gould. Since the beginning of the century, Great Britain, the major imperial power, had kept a close watch on Tibet's independence, necessary to maintain regional political balance. There were 2 major regions, northern Inner Tibet, under Chinese influence, and southern and central Outer Tibet, autonomous and independent. 6 million Tibetans lived in a country 5 times as large as France. They were surrounded to the north and the south by 2/3 of the world's population. They had been invaded several times by regional powers who sought to dominate them. In spite of this, they managed to keep their cultural independence and their autonomy. In Europe and in China, war had broken out, but here that was all far away. Austrian mountain climber Heinrich Harrer crossed the Himalayas and reached forbidden Tibet. He became a friend of the Dalai Lama. These were images he took. Between the winter and summer palaces, the inner circle of the Dalai Lama carried on. In his golden chair, he knew nothing of the outside world.